Welcome back! This is day 2 of the Life Dare Challenge. If you just found us, go back to day 1 and start there. First of all, we'd like to know what you got out of day 1. Share with us on Facebook, email, or Instagram what your takeaways were from day 1. And if you know anyone who might get something out of it, share this with them too. As you know, day 1 was all about tapping into your desires, giving yourself the permission to acknowledge them, and to start dreaming for you. We believe that you're worthy of having everything you want in this lifetime, and there's no better time than the present to start working toward that. So day 2 is really juicy. It's all about speaking your desires into existence. Today we're going to help you let go of the tension you've built up from holding yourself and your words back for so long. This might be the scariest day for you. I know it used to be for me. What I'm going to do for you today is teach you 3 easy self-massage techniques for your jaw and neck muscles to bring more ease into your body, relieve pain, and help you sleep better tonight. By relieving the tension in these areas, speaking your truth will start to come a lot more naturally and more powerfully too. So I've been doing functional bodywork for about 10 years now, and one thing I see happening over and over again is just chronic, severe pain in the jaw, neck, and throat muscles, and even in the back of the head too. And not only does this lead to migraines, disrupted sleep, or pain when eating, but it also typically goes right along with people who are afraid to speak their truth. So I had this client who came in and she had these chronically swollen lymph nodes along with all this jaw and neck tension. And she also happened to have a boss at work who was giving her a hard time. And I worked with her for quite a while with a lot of stuff, but I did teach her these self-massage techniques, and she did them every single night before she went to bed. And after about 5 weeks, she confronted her boss and she actually ended up getting a raise. And all of her pain and her tension just started to melt away. It was pretty amazing. So I'm sure you've noticed your own jaw clenching when you're getting your buttons pushed or when somebody's really irking you. You can feel everything starting to tighten here. And what do you think happens after years and years of this? Can you guess? Basically, what starts happening is your brain forms neurological pathways, and those become patterns. And eventually what happens is every time you get stressed out, you start to bite down and clench your jaw. And these patterns become so ingrained that they even keep going while you're asleep. So what can you do about this issue? Lots of dentists recommend mouth guards, which are really great for keeping you from grinding your teeth down to little nubs, but they don't relieve the source of the problem. What I'm going to give you is a taste of 3 techniques that have helped my clients in the past break that neurological pattern and reset it. So you can stop grinding your teeth completely. You can also start to cultivate the confidence to speak your truth instead of biting it back, and you begin to courageously declare the things you want out loud. Remember, these are just baby steps, and the work that you begin now is something that you need to continue applying in your life. It's all about practice and commitment. So here are the 3 simple techniques for jaw pain. The first one is circular friction to the masseter muscle. I'm going to put a picture of the masseter muscle up so you can see what it looks like. The masseter muscle is the strongest muscle in the human body. Typically, it's capable of exerting up to 800 pounds of pressure in an average human. That is a lot of pressure. And it's really easy to find your masseter muscle. All you have to do is bite down. So go ahead and bite down, and then take your index fingers and your middle fingers of each hand and bring them up to your jaw. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. The masseter muscle goes like this. So if you start to move your fingers in this direction, you'll start to feel some little gristly fibers under your fingertips. Don't be afraid to use a decent amount of pressure. It might feel pretty tender. In fact, it probably does feel pretty tender on everybody who's doing this right now, so you're not alone. Now take a few really deep breaths. Close your eyes and start moving your fingers in little circles. Keep pressing down. Go back in the other direction. And take one more breath here. And as you inhale, I want you to get as full as possible and then open your mouth up wide and exhale everything out through your mouth. That feels better, doesn't it? The last technique worked especially well for me after I broke my jaw. About 7 years ago, I was at a point where I realized I'd been living my life for my relationships. I let my partner determine what I did, where I lived, and who I hung out with, and I didn't really speak up about what I wanted. After a breakup, I realized I'm 25 years old and I've never been out of the country. Traveling is something I had always deeply desired in the back of my mind. I just never declared it out loud. So I started making plans. I had all my things packed up and I was ready to go. I wanted to go live in Italy and work on organic farms by myself for as long as my money would last. Well, right before I left Chicago, I actually got mugged. A guy came up to me on the sidewalk and I actually asked him if he needed help because he looked so nervous. And he held me at knife point. I screamed. And so he just punched me a couple times and ran away. And the cops came and they told me I was going to be okay. They brought me home. And I realized the next day that I was not okay. And in fact, my jaw was broken. And so the fear and the pain that I carried with me after that was so strong that I really couldn't leave the house after dark. I remember being in a friend's apartment one day on 4th of July and just listening to the sound of the fireworks from inside. So I could have let this fear and this pain ruin my trip and cancel it, but I didn't. What I did instead was I sought someone who did the type of healing work that I do now, and I developed these self-massage techniques to heal the pain and the fear that I carried in my jaw. After about 5 weeks of this work, I went to Italy for 4 months and had the most amazing solo adventure of my life. Not only was I speaking my truth and my desires, I was speaking them in Italian with no fear. I didn't let anything hold me back, even if it scared me. The next technique I'm going to share with you is pinning and stretching, and it's to the pterygoid muscle, but also to the masseter muscles as well. So I'll put a picture of the pterygoid muscle up on the screen so you can see. It's pretty similar to the masseter, and typically the pterygoid has even more pain happening in it than the masseter muscle. And this is how you find the insertion point for the pterygoid. That's what pinning and stretching is for. So you take your 2 fingers again, find your cheekbone, and slide your fingers back, right to where your cheekbone meets your jawbone. Press your fingers in there and start to feel around. You're looking for a tender point. You might even feel even more of that kind of gristly stuff under your fingertips, and you know that you found it when it's really tender. Hold your fingertips there and then slowly open your mouth up as wide as it goes. Don't forget to breathe while you do this. With your mouth nice and wide, start to move your bottom jaw from side to side. Take another deep breath and then slowly close your jaw. Do this 2 more times with your breath, and you can pause the video here if you need to. Welcome back. We've got one more technique to cover, and that is myofascial release to the platysma. Sounds really fancy. The platysma is a sheath of muscle that goes across your neck like this, and the muscle fibers go like this. And it also has a sheath of fascia over it that can get stuck and tight. And if you've ever seen somebody who's got really thick looking kind of tendinous things on their neck, typically they'll have really stiff and difficult fascia here. So this is a really good technique for releasing some of that. And what you do is you take your fingertips under your jaw, press them in, and look down. Slowly keep your fingertips exactly where they are, and then slowly start to look up. You'll feel your skin dragging with your fingertips. As your fingers slowly start to slide down your neck, let them pin in right at the collarbone, and then lean your head over to the right, nice and slow. Keep pinning your left fingertips into the collarbone here, and you'll feel a really good stretch all down the left side of the neck. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, open up your mouth and let your jaw relax. Do that one more time. Open your eyes and bring your right hand to your cheek. Slowly bring your head back to center, letting the full weight of your head rest in your hand as it comes up. Let's do the other side. Bring the right fingertips up to the right side of the neck. Slowly slide them down the neck and pin them into the collarbone, and then let your head lean over to the left. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Take 2 more deep breaths here, opening up your mouth and letting your jaw relax as you exhale. And then bring your left hand to your left cheek. Feel how heavy your head is. It should feel about the weight of a bowling ball. And then slowly bring your head back to center. What our teacher Anna Forrest says about this is, when you stop jerking yourself around in life, maybe other people will stop jerking you around as well. And I really like that in context of keeping your neck relaxed. Now take a few deep breaths. Do you feel better? I know I feel really good right now. I'm so relaxed, it might even be hard for me to finish this video right now. Can you imagine how much better you would feel if you did this for yourself every single day, just 5 minutes a day? Can you imagine how much more ease you would feel in your life if you didn't clench or grind your teeth so much? Your next step is to examine the energetic aspects of the jaw. What is it that you've wanted to say but have held back from saying? Are you speaking the truth in every aspect of your life, or is it getting caught in your throat and manifesting into this pain? In your writing process yesterday, you identified what it is you're going to take action on, and today I dare you to tell someone about it. I want you to be smart about this. Don't tell the most pessimistic person you know, but rather go out and tell somebody who supports and encourages you. And if you feel like you don't have anyone like that in your life right now, tell your Uber driver, tell the guy at the grocery store, tell your mailman. Get bold. This is your life. And this is your opportunity to break that pattern and start living for yourself. And as our friend Bloom taught us the other day, instead of saying it's your opportunity to step outside your comfort zone, I want you to think of it like this. It's your opportunity to step into your expansion zone. The most important part about this is don't forget to reward yourself after you've taken this step. No matter how awkward or silly or strange it seemed, your nervous system needs that celebration and encouragement to learn. So you need to develop those new neural pathways by congratulating yourself after you do this part of the dare. Do a little dance, do a handstand, give yourself a high five, whatever you want, just something to make you feel good afterwards. I can't wait to hear your story and to hear what happened when you told someone about your plan. So please share it with us and get yourself ready for day 3. Please remember, if you're enjoying this challenge and you're getting something out of it, other people will be so grateful that you've shared it with them too. So if you haven't yet, please just click the share button on this challenge on Facebook and tag a few of your friends. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.